Displaying the glory of God's creation by visiting every state park, national park, and national forest in the contiguous 48 states. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave the Parker. Welcome back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor. We are at Nescopeck State Park. We are in the southwest corner of the Pocono Mountains, and therefore we are in northeastern Pennsylvania. Today is Wednesday, September the 20th, and the temperature right now is a very pleasant 63 degrees. The goal of this hike is to get down to the Creekside Trail. The most scenic and most famous areas of this park are the areas along Nescopeck Creek. And so that's where we're trying to get to. To get there, we're going to have to hike a couple of other trails. As you can see, we started on the lake trail. And so we're going to hike out this way a little ways. That is Lake Francis off through the trees to the right there. And then we'll grab an old road for a short distance. This land used to be a state game land. This park used to be a state game land. There are many state game lands up here in Pennsylvania. And this is one of them. And so we'll hike an old road down to the Creekside Trail, hike around the Creekside Trail, and then hike back up here to Lake Francis. And that is our plan for our hike today. We're about 15 minutes in, and we've made it down to the start of the Creekside Loop, which is a little more overgrown than some of the trails we've hiked so far. This does form a loop, so we can go either direction. I'm a little worried about flooding and mud, so we're going to go and do the area along the creek itself first. So we're going to continue straight and then use the trail going right there as our return loop. To get down here, by the way, we hiked over to the west end of Lake Francis, and then we turned left to get on the Nescopeck Trail, which is the trail we've been on for the past few minutes. And right now we're hiking south, and that's where we found the start of the Creekside Loop. And so now we are going to continue this direction. We're going clockwise around the Creekside Loop. We're working our way around the Creekside Loop. And this is Nescopeck Creek. Very tranquil creek, a nice piney wood setting down here. We also have a problem. And the problem is that bridge right there, which is clearly not safe for crossing. So I have to make a decision now. I could probably wade across that there. In fact, I'm pretty sure I could do that. And continue, but who knows what else is out there around this loop. So instead of doing that, what we're going to do, I've made an executive decision. We're going to turn around here. We're going to choose a different hike. So instead of hiking the Creekside Trail, we're going to go and we're going to hike the rest of the Nescopeck Trail, which also forms a loop. It'll form a loop. It'll take us back up to the Trailhead area up by Lake Francis. One of my rules in hiking is when trail conditions force you to change, you have to change your mind. You can't just forge ahead in what you had in mind to do initially. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to change our mind, head back, and instead of hiking the Creekside Loop, we'll hike the Nescopeck Loop. So we'll try this. See how this goes. We backtracked a bit of the Creekside Loop that we had done. And then we turned right from the backtracking. It would be left as we were coming in the first time. Did that on the Nescopeck Trail. And we've been working our way around the Nescopeck Trail. And we came to this very scenic spot along Nescopeck Creek. Nescopeck Trail is not the most exciting trail I've ever hiked. It's a wide grassy trail. It's also used for cross-country skiing in the winter. So we'll keep heading around the Nescopeck Trail. You may recognize that sign right there, and you might recognize this trail. And no, you didn't accidentally hit replay on YouTube. We came around the Nescopeck Trail. Not really a lot to see there. A couple of long distance views of lakes through the trees. No clear views though. And the one nice Creekside area that I showed you earlier. And so what I'm going to do, since I didn't get to do quite the hike I intended initially, and I want to see some more water, what I decided to do is I decided to just walk around this short lake trail. It's only like a half to 3/4 of a mile around the lake. And so that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to walk around the lake, and then we will be back at the Trailhead parking lot that we just left at, the one our car's at, and that will complete our hike. There are little hints that fall is on its way here, but for the most part, everything is still green. We're working our way around the lake trail, and we're actually almost back to the parking lot for a second time, and for the final time on this hike. When I write this up in the trail journal, I'll probably omit the bit about the Creekside loop, the part that didn't work out. But I'll probably leave that in the video. It's very important when you're out here on a hike that you adjust your plan to the conditions you encounter. Don't try to take the trail conditions you encounter and force them into your plan. Bad things happen when you do that. Honestly, not the best hike I've done even on this trip. In this area, I like Hickory Run State Park, which is nearby, a little bit better. But it's an okay hike. Some nice creekside views, some nice lake views. Better than some other things I could be doing today, let's put it that way. I do want to thank you for watching. Parking full-time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day, and I thank you every day. Give you one more view here across the lake. That is a man-made lake, by the way. Also, as a reminder, I do not make any monetary compensation for this project. I took a vow to do that many years ago. And another trail going off here to the left. But we're not going to go that way today. I took a vow not to take any money from anything I do for this project many years ago. I've held to that vow. And so therefore, the only thing that I get for bringing these videos to you are your likes, your subscribes, your comments, and your views. And I do thank you for all of those things. So I'm going to close down this video. Until next time, I am Big Dave, the Parks Professor, from Nescopeck State Park in northeastern Pennsylvania. Have a great afternoon, take care, and Lord bless.